Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I actually can say that. It's been a while since we've done the TED Show. We have been revamping and renovating and refreshing what we're working on for 2024. So took a little bit of a hiatus, like a month and a half. But I'm very happy to be back with the one and only stellar real estate professional, Mayra Nieves. Did I say it right?
Nieves.
Nieves. Okay, I like it. Myra's amazing. She's got fantastic energy. She's super involved in the community. She's got a great story. And so this is a great way for us to kick things back off for 2024. Welcome, Mayra. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Ted?
I am fantastic today. I'm excited to have you on with the trials and tribulations of where I film, aka the Citrus Club. All of their renovations. It's been a challenge. So I am trying to film at home and do these shows at home. And so I just appreciate your patience. So let's dive in. For those people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about your origin story. Obviously, you didn't wake up as a little girl and go, I want to be a realtor. So tell us a little bit about journey point A to point B where you became involved in real estate.
So it's very funny because I started working when I was about 14 and in my dad real estate office, and I was doing every summer.
Nice.
And I would get in the car, we will go around visiting, clients, going around in circle, go to the bank, go to closings. And after a while, I said, you know what? I don't like this business. It takes too much time, goes around. I like something else. I want to travel. And this is not what I do. I want to do when I grow up. And it happened that years after I get married, we moved, and I went to banking. And from banking, somehow I ended in real estate. That's the truth.
Full circle. Isn't it funny though? I think at 14, my kids would probably be bored about what I do because it would seem repetitive and not exciting. But what you obviously learned is that it gave you some flexibility in your life and the ability to make more money than just sitting behind a desk. And, there's all sorts of things that real estate gives you lifestyle wise that are really cool. So you had a background. It's not often that I hear people. Usually people are like, I don't know, I fell into real estate, Ted, but you at least had an idea of what you were
Yeah.
getting into. So when
Yeah.
you finally decided to make the leap, was it easy? Was it difficult? Had you already built up enough people around you and in your sphere because of your banking background? How did that look when you first started?
Well, people think that this business is very easy. You meet people and then you start closing, and it's not.
It's
When I moved into banking, it was a completely different environment, and you will meet people through the banking. But then at home, I had kids, so I was pretty much at school with the kids involved in different activities. So when I decided to go into real estate, I say perfect because then I'm flexible between the kids and school and the job. And you realize it's not like that again. It's not. You take a lot of time away from home, away from the kids, and you had to build relationships. And the way you build relationship is involving in the community, involving different groups, and be out there. So you're not home now; you are outside, and the kids are the ones that are asking for time. Mommy, please come over. Mommy, we have this event. So you start going crazy between events and home, and it's a lot, and husband and the house.
it's a
So
lot,
it's not easy.
right?
It's not easy, but then if you like it, you realize that it's a nice, beautiful job, and besides, you can make good money. But it's more about relationship that you do with the people that you around and surround every day.
It's so
So
it's so important. But you're right. Like none of my kids wanted to grow up to be what I consider anybody in real estate to be entrepreneurial because you kind of own your own business, run your own business. And my kids would see me working all the time. But what they didn't realize is sometimes it was just a 2-minute phone call, and I could be on the beach or on a Disney cruise with them and still be working. But their thought process was he's always working, he never gets a break. And in reality, that's kind of true, but I
it
still
is.
get to do all the cool stuff. I got to go to the practices. I got to see the games. I got to be present. And, sometimes I was working at 11 o'clock at night. So be it. But it's interesting. So let's talk about community because you just brought that up. You're involved. You're active. I mean, you're definitely active in the community. Did you get involved? And this is for any new agents that might be listening. What did you get involved with first? Did you immediately get involved in a whole bunch of groups? And we'll talk about Women's Council of Realtors soon. But were there different groups? And do you have any recommendations on, looking back, where you'd get started as a new agent?
Well, remember, I've been in the business for 20 years. That sounds like a
Poor
lot.
baby.
And it's a lot. It's a lot. My kids are already grown up. But yeah, you have to be very careful because sometimes you have to split your time between groups that actually their purpose is meeting for business,
Yeah.
and you have the groups that are more social. So you need to be aware which one is what and where you're going to spend more of the time. um, I had groups where it was all realtors or people in the business because you had to keep that relationship between the agents and the people at the banks and all the people that may be going to bring some business or you're going to do business with them at one point.
Yes.
But also you want to be in groups where is the community, and those with the community it take longer because you have to build their relationship. So I mean, be present, be there, be part of the group. That means maybe working a fair, work an event. So it takes away from your daily job to get into something more into the community where you're spending more time and the leads are going to be more, slow. But you
Yes.
have to build that relationship.
You do. The relationships, this is the theme, I think, of what we're talking about. Relationships are everything. And what I get a lot is realtors will say, well, I'm a realtor. Why would I want to go to another realtor meeting or join a realtor group? But those of us who went through 2020 and 2021, where the phone was ringing off the hook and there were 30 offers over price, it was very important for you as the buyer's agent to know the listing agent on the other side. And oftentimes that was the difference between you getting the deal and you not getting the deal. And so being involved and knowing more agents and getting, you can get referrals, but it's also good for business overall. It's good for your business and personal and professional development. And so one of the organizations that we both have a love for is Women's Council of Realtors. And I'll go on record as, yes, I'm a member, a strategic partner, and you don't have to be a woman. So talk a little bit about Women's Council and when you started to get involved, because you're super involved.
Women's Council, and I'm part of the Women's Council Osceola, is an organization that was founded 80 years ago. And not many realtors know about the existence of these organizations. But basically, the organization held back in the days a woman to be in the business, be a professional agent, a professional realtor in an environment that was completely men's. So even though that it was founded years ago, we still part of that group because now it's about leadership, create leaderships in the community and realtors usually because we are self-employed, we independent, we are leaders. We are leaders in the community. So it teaches you how to be part of the community, part of a group, how to grow within the business. After so many years doing real estate, pretty much you do the same every day. You want to grow as a leader, you want to grow as a person, and it gives you the chance, the opportunity to grow into different groups and levels within the organizations. And we do a lot of local get-togethers. We do state get-together, and we do mastermind or events at national level. So not only you meet women or men from here in the business, you do it nationally. And that's the way that sometimes we get the business. It's not only working around the realtors over here, we get business from other realtors that refer their client and they want to make sure they refer the clients to a good realtor, someone that they know professionally and personally.
It's so true. And I know we used to long time, I've been involved with Women's Council for a long time. They used to get up and share stories, and there was so much business that, remember, we live in the area that most people want to come at least visit or have a vacation home or retire to. And so realtors here that were members of Women's Council, they would get referrals from people in New York and Texas and California and the cold Michigan up north, that area, because they were listed on the Women's Council of Realtors national site. And so you can actually do a search based on city and area on that site. And so as a member, you get referrals from out of state just by being part of the organization. And I think it's so important, especially where we live, that actually does happen. And also think about it. If you are part of a women's council and you happen to be Mayra, who works, let's say, in the Osceola area, and you have a client who is in Volusia, chances are you're probably going to refer that. Where are you going to look first? I would look at Women's Council of Volusia. So it's all about the relationships that Mayra keeps talking about and the power of that. But what's your position at Women's Council?
Right now for 2024, I'm the elected president. What that
Yes.
means is like I'm basically the vice president, with the commitment that next year, 2025, I'm the president of the WCR for Osceola. And I'm very happy that what I have to do this year and what I'm going to accomplish to make that transition very smooth for next year.
Well, it seems like Melinda is the current president.
President.
And you all just have it seems like you have you're both on the same page, I guess, which is so important for leadership, because the continuity is incredibly important. If you and her were at different ends of the spectrum, it would be a difficult year for you and a difficult year for her. But I love the fact that you guys have that kind of rapport and are working toward the same goal, which is really awesome. And Women's Council encourages that. It's about collaboration, and it's about giving back, and it's about bringing value to the members and strategic partners of Women's Council.
Yes.
Do you have any fun upcoming events for Osceola?
Yes. The next event is going to be March 26th, where we bring someone from John Maxwell team to speak about something related with Realtor. The name of the seminar is Blowing the Capacity Off. And it talks about how we limit sometimes with capacity of how far we can go within the business and what we do. So she's going to be talking about that. And we want to invite all the realtors in the neighborhood to reach out to me or check Eventbrite and come over. For members, it's free. For guests, it's $20. And we're going to have some sponsor over there, some partners, so you can meet other people beside realtors. So it's a good interact seminar.
And you'll learn. I think this is the year for me of learning and expanding your horizons and getting outside your comfort zone and really focusing, because there's business to be had. I feel like 2024 is going to be an amazing year. For me, it already is. And there's so many opportunities out there. So as a Women's Council member, you could go to a John Maxwell certified instructor, teacher, and you can get some really good nuggets. Because where do you think all these successful agents are going? They either have a coach or they go to these seminars and they learn things and they learn tricks. And so if you're still doing the same thing over and over again and not getting a response, you really need to get outside your own head.
Yeah.
But I love it. And I'll put the link in the comments below, the Eventbrite link. If it's ready, I will make sure it's in the comments below. And if not, I'll have it on my link tree, which you guys can find on any of my social media pages. All right, before we wrap up, I always like to ask a personal question, which I never tell anybody. But although, don't worry, it won't be that personal, Mayra, I promise. But we're big about heroes on this show. We're big about, expressing gratitude. And it's just so important, I think, in your day-to-day business, your day-to-day life. So when I say the word hero, who's the first person you personally that comes to mind?
Oh my God, so many people. Big ones, I can say Oprah.
I love it.
Oprah. And I can say Barbara Corrin.
Yes.
And people that, regardless what happened to them in the past, they were able to succeed in the personal life, in the business, be huge, and don't forget where they're coming from and help everybody as equal. So, and those are some of my female heroes.
I absolutely love it. All right, Mayra, tell them the best way that they can find you, cell phone, website. Tell them how they can reach out and learn more about you.
My cell phone is 954-240-0962. And my email is mayrahomesforsale@gmail.com. They can always text me, email me, reach me. I help buyers and sellers the same way. I love to deal and know realtors. And I have a lot of realtors from all over the place that we do back and forth ideas, or we do referrals. So any realtor, all the realtors is fine. If you have any kind of business that you want to promote, we work with the sponsors at one point. We have so many different events. Personally, I belong to different associations that if this one doesn't work for you, maybe that other association works for you. So I can help you to grow the business and you help me to grow my business.
I love it. I love it. You're amazing. I love your energy and the fact that you give back so much. I'm excited for 2024 and
Yeah.
2025 at Women's Council Osceola. Thank you, Mayra, for being on the show. Y'all reach out to her if you have any questions or even want to learn more about Women's Council or the other organizations she's part of. She's just as wonderful in person as she is on this show. Thank you so much, Mayra.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys soon. Reach out, get involved, give back. So
Yes.
important.